You followed up again the next year with the Premiership.
Mm-hmm. We did. We lost a couple of players, and we picked up 3 younger players that came into the side. We had Benny Ryan came in for the first year, Chase Fairbrother,
mm-hmm.
and Ashley Robinson, which was the nephew of Dave.
Yeah.
And so there was a bit of a change to the sides, but again, I think we're on a roll, and we lost 1 game for the year, and I'm pretty sure that year was quite rain affected. So October, November were washouts, or 1 days, 2 days turned into 1 days. So I'm pretty sure we lost 1 game, and we ended up on top. So then who we play in the grand final that year? I'm trying to work it out.
Was it played at Caulfield?
No, well, I don't think it was. I think we played. Hang on, what have I got here? Brunswick, I'm pretty sure. They had Richard McCarthy,
mm-hmm.
which was the bandit. He played state level, and Adler Blue just retired from North Melbourne and went to Brunswick. So he was an enormous asset for them. They had Malloy, Steve Malloy,
mm-hmm.
Molly, who later captain-coached Preston.
Yes.
So they had a handy side. So that was 92, 93, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've got a little list here. Yeah, we played Willie in the semi and Brunswick in the grand final. So I think I snuck 40 odd runs. That was a highlight. Yeah, we made 213 runs and got them all out for 136. So we won pretty well.
Pretty well, yeah. Yeah.
We lost the grand final against Brighton the year after.
Mm-hmm.
So we should have won 3 in a row. But that was rain affected. They batted for a day and a half and made about 170. And we had 35 overs to score it, I think. And I think we made 140 or something.
Yeah.
And then left then. So I spent, I think, 96 to 99 at North Melbourne.
Well, you played 48 games there, so
yes,
your form was holding up quite obviously. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was all right. Again, a different era. We went to North Melbourne expecting that they rang me out of the blue and said they were looking for a captain coach, and so when I had discussions with them, they said they had a lot of youth and so forth, and went there, and they probably had 4 sides with an average age of about 27, 28.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So their 3s and 4s were made up of fellas that were probably 30.
Okay.
So we did a massive junior drive throughout the west, northwest, and we ended up. I think we had last training session 60 players to pick from.
Okay.
So I got probably 15 of the 30-year-olds and said, fellas, it's a rotation base for the first 6 weeks. So we lost them straight away. And it was just a total restructure of North Melbourne.
Mm.
And so, we had a few hard times, but we had some good times there.
So you came back,
to Preston in
99?
99, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So came back first year at second stint, and we win it again. Yes.
So what was that? What was the difference that year? You know.
Well, having a look at that again, Preston successful with Steve Malloy.
Yeah.
And again, Dave Norris and Richard spoke to me about coming back, and they did state that Steve was going to carry on.
Mm-hmm.
So he would be a senior player, happy to continue on his services at Preston, which was just brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. And it was good coming back because we had done, prior to leaving, some recruiting from a couple of younger fellas in Northcote, which was the likes of Shane Day, Aaron Weir,
mm-hmm.
and they were still at the club. So it was good to see how they were going, and they were at that stage in the 99, 2000, real core players for myself to carry on and to see how we go that year. Kevin Lowe was also there, so the nucleus of the side was really good.
Yeah,
we had a good nucleus again, and it just panned out pretty well for ourselves again. We ended up playing Ivanhoe in the final. Everything went to plan. Kevin did pretty well. we won't say what he ended up with, but look, to get Ivanhoe out with, they had the likes of Grant Jordan, a couple of other ex-district players which could play.
yeah,
And we ended up getting them out for about 100, low hundreds, 103, 104. Pretty sure, was it Shane Day ended up with 50 in our innings, and we passed them 6 down. And Ivanhoe didn't turn up the next day.
It's always a wonderful victory when that happens.
Well, it was good. Yeah, we enjoyed that one. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
A bit of a pattern happening here, Greg. Coming to the club, win the championship. Is there any chance of a comeback?
That's right. That's right. I don't. I played last year.
Did you? Right. Okay.
It was quite funny. My son up here in the Seymour League, he's playing with Broadford. Their captain-coach was playing footy, and he had to have a shoulder reconstruction, broke his shoulder. Of course, I got the phone call saying, "Could you help out and coach?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll coach." And then 6 weeks into training, they said, "Well, you might as well captain as well." So here I was last year at 59 trying to play cricket against the A-graders. It wasn't good. But at least I played with my son, which is quite nice.
Now, you actually played in another premiership team at Preston in 2002, 2003. So it's quite an imposing record you're building here, Greg. You played in that era with some absolutely wonderful players. Rowan, Ratnike, Pereira, De Silva, Boy, Kevin Lowe, and the names could go on and on and on. But it was certainly a golden era. When you got to 2002, 2003, you've got into the grand final. You've won it. What happened in the championship game?
Championship game, we played Noble Park. We had, throughout the past 3 premierships, we had won and won convincingly. And Noble Park, they batted first. We had them on toast. We had them for about 9 for 70 or 80. Unfortunately, we dropped a difficult catch in point, and they ended up getting another 70 odd runs. So 140, I think, we're chasing. That's my recollection.
Yeah.
And batting wise, we're going all right. And they had a Sri Lankan as well, a leg spinner. He could play a bit. So we were, I think, I stuffed up. I made 40 and got out, which virtually lost the game for us. So we lost a couple of early wickets. I consolidated with a few of the other players. I went in at tea. And I think we probably needed 60 to win. And then I got to about 40 and tried to hit him, sweep him, I think, and he ended up bowling me around my legs. And then I'm pretty sure we lost quick succession, which is a wicket. So I'll be talking about 3 or 4 wickets for about 10 runs and lost it by probably 30. So it was disappointing, but I was the one that probably had the start and had to go on. And, really, that's one that probably got away from us.
You came close to a century at one stage. You made 99, didn't you?
I did. I made a few 90s. Yes. Yeah, no, it was 99. That was an interesting one. Yeah. Again, the funny thing with that was that we were playing Brunswick. They had a quick that had come from Carlton, I'm pretty sure. It's giving me a rise in delivery. nicked the glove, third ball, straight to the keeper, all's up, give a not out. So I said, oh, this might give me a bit of a license. And things just went my way. And it was a time when they were probably struggling as well. So, one day they probably they had 3 average or handy players, bowlers, 2 ordinary bowlers, and they put them on, and we decided to give them a bit of a touch up. And I think about the 28th, 29th over, Chipper yelled out, he was chairman of the selectors at that stage, and he was in the stand, he yelled out, just worked them around. So again, tried to hit one over the top and got caught. So yeah, 99. So
what sort of a batter were you, to survive and play at the district and sub-district level for, quarter of a century? You must have been some player. So what was your approach to batting?
Yeah, it was interesting. I started the career as an opening bat.
Mm-hmm.
So technically wise, very sound. As I went on, I think I was probably the basics where you just hit the V early on, and anything short, just let it go until you're 20 or 30 and take it from there. I know I've got out. I'm one of those ones that, if you get a 20 or 30, it's probably good 20 or 30, but you get out. And, I probably got out a lot more times than what I should have. Probably didn't have the respect of the bowlers, where you need respect, and respect the bowlers all the time.
Yes.
But look, over the course, I think I said earlier that, my goals were to play as high as I could, and to play that Premier or District League. I was a good to average player, and same with the subbies. The averages and the records, they're not going to be glowing. They're just going to be fair to average. But, I played for the team. So at any stage where if it was hard early, you'd knock them down and see it through. If you needed runs, then, I was capable of going in and trying to work the ball around and get quicker runs and so forth. So I think I could have done a lot better if you think about it. And when you go back on your career, and I think I could have done a bit better.
Don't be too hard on yourself. It's been quite outstanding. Greg, when you look back at your time with Preston, how do you remember that 10 years?
Yeah, look, I was speaking to Lorraine earlier, and that was a time in our lives when we just hit 30 when we first came down, and we had one child, and we had 2 whilst we're at Preston. So the family grew up there, and it was part of our life throughout the whole lot. Success was enormous. We had so many good friends. And the interesting thing is, and Lorraine was saying the other day that, Saturday nights, we'd play the game, we'd all come back, and there'd be probably 20, 30 players and partners and so forth. And we'd either stay at the club or we'd go to somebody's house. And that happened every Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, we're all friends, and we all stuck together, and this happened not only in the first group but the second group. So for 10 years, and see, that's 10 years out of virtually 15 years, that happened every Saturday night. And so and if we had a final win, or we had the Mad Monday, of course, and the kids, they still say today, they said, we loved it because we had the Monday off. They sat at the club rooms. So, there are a lot of great memories. A lot of great people at the Preston Club. And, it's one of those things where no one realises in a sporting club that you may not speak to somebody for 10, 15 years. And you see them down the street or you see them at a reunion, you speak to them like you saw them yesterday. And that's so important. Really.
Yes. There's a bond, isn't there, which is
totally
so close.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's a pretty good note to wind up on, Greg. It's been an absolute delight to hear just a part of your story. We'll do this again, I'm sure, and we look forward to seeing you down at the club for the couple of functions that we're organising during the course of the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So thanks very much, Greg.
All right. Thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. All the best.